What's up, everybody? My name is Chauncey Jennings, the host and founder of the Luminary Panel. Before we get started, please do me a favor and subscribe, like, and share to a friend that may benefit from this. If not, maybe they just like watching YouTube like me. Or yourself. That's why you're here. Hey. Anyway, again, this is the Luminary Panel. It's a podcast. This video is basically just to give you a little bit of background and information on what we will be doing here on the Luminary Panel. Make sure you follow our Instagram, our LinkedIn, our YouTube. Obviously, you have this. You already subscribed and you already liked and you already shared it to 3 people that you know will benefit from this content. So basically, what the Luminary Panel is, it's going to be a panel of myself and 2 other individuals that are in the similar professions. So, for example, let's say there's 2 stylists, right? Hairstylists. They both have their own entrepreneurship journey. They have their own backgrounds. So basically, I'm bringing them on board or on the panel so they can give you guys some insight on how they started, right? And the purpose of it is for you guys to relate to where they were and where they are now, so you guys can take the step to become closer to your dreams and goals, right? The reason why I started this is because I've always wanted to become a master networker, right? I started out an introvert by helping with some friends, and I became extroverted based off of just being in uncomfortable situations, just taking myself out to lunch and forcing myself to talk to people that are next to me or at the bar or whatever the case is. So I became a pretty good networker, but I'm not the best. So I've also always loved understanding how people operate in businesses, especially the people that's already made it at the highest level. So like CEOs or Fortune 500 companies or vice presidents of companies, but also the people that started from the bottom and got their business all the way up. So that thing always excites me. Sometimes I also think about how I get stuck, right? So just a little bit about myself. My name is Chauncey Jennings. I said that earlier, probably said it 2 more times, but so what? I'm in Orlando, Florida. Moved here when I was 4, been here since, and I've always had the innate ability or feeling that I was a little bit different from a lot of my peers. I thought that I was destined to do my own thing. I didn't know what it was, obviously. Like as a kid, you know how sometimes you want to be, I know for me, for example, I wanted to be a firefighter, I want to be a police officer, I want to be a drummer, but now that I talk about it, it just helps me understand that I'm okay with starting something, and if I don't have the right feeling about it, I can change it, right? Or change my idea of what I thought I was passionate about, right? So I played basketball, and then from there, I had 2 jobs, and I miraculously ended up losing them both at the same time. So I used that as a sign when I was 15 years old, out of high school. And when I started high school, I should say, it was Journeys and 24-Hour Fitness. And they both let me go at the same time. So I just used that as a sign from God. Like, you're supposed to be doing your own thing. So I'm just taking this uncomfortable journey so that you can build the necessary tools so you're able to run your own business and have employees and do what you actually would love to do for yourself, right? So fast forward to this point, I've had a couple businesses that I at least started and did some pop-up shops. I had a clothing brand, I had 2 clothing brands. I also started a podcast similar to this called All of Your Business, where I would go to different small businesses around the area and kind of showcase what they do, because I've always had this feeling that I was a server. I love to serve people. I want people to win. I'm excited about people winning. So I started that. And for a little bit, I was like, this is tough. I don't know if I really like it. So I was a basketball coach for a little bit. Then recently I stopped doing that. Then this started to play back in my brain, like, what about the podcast? What about the podcast? Even my mom was mentioning about it, like, what about the podcast? Or what happened to the podcast? I was like, you know what? Let's at least try it, right? So now that's why we're here. But this podcast is a little bit different than the ones that you guys are usually used to. the main reason why I say that is because I want it to be, or it will be, in front of a live audience. So the audience, or you guys, will be interactive with the people that's in the panel, right? And it's not going to be in my house. Trust me, my house is not that big. My apartment's not that big enough for like 50 people to be in here just listening and talking, chopping it up. But we're working on a venue that'll be able to hold us, and we're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna make it authentic. We're gonna make it relatable. We're gonna make it real. I want you guys to be fully engaged. I want you guys to be fully entertained. I want you guys to be fully impacted by the guests that will be on the panel. If you don't mind, you guys just send me some ideas of what you guys are looking for. What are some questions that you want answered so I can put the right people in position? Because again, this is for you guys. This is not for me. It is for me because I'm learning as I go. But this is for you guys. I want you guys to win. We're in a society, we're in a generation, we're in a time where we have to figure out what we want to do immediately, instead of us just settling for less and just being unhappy every morning, waking up, going to a 9-to-5 that doesn't really benefit you other than just a check, right? So one of the things while I was working on this, right, something to consider, and I love watching other podcasts, learning from it, picking their brains from a distance, obviously. But one of the things, I was watching Steve Harvey yesterday, and he said, your career is something that you get paid for, but your calling is what you made for. I'm gonna re-say that because I know I stuttered a little bit. But he said, your career is what you get paid for. Your career is what you get paid for, but your calling, which is your passion, is what you're made for. Now let that sink in a little bit, right? A lot of people wake up and the first thing they're thinking about is, let's get this money. But after you get the money and you reach a certain goal, a lot of times you're not fulfilled, right? So if you're not fulfilled, what's the purpose of you waking up every morning, measurable, basically forcing yourself to fake enjoy this fake lifestyle that you really don't like, instead of just stepping outside your comfort zone, starting something, and you actually being fulfilled because it's something that you're working towards, right? Now, this is what the panel is for. The podcast is for people that is in that situation where they're almost on the brink of changing their entire life, right? They're on the brink of changing their life, but they're almost on the brink of quitting too. Or they're on the brink of starting something, but don't know where to start. Or they're in a situation where they almost started it, but things didn't align for them. Or they don't know the right resources, or they don't have the right connections, or everything can be looked up online now. So everything is easier to find out. So there's no more excuses for us to not start something, even if it doesn't work. Be okay with stepping outside your comfort zone. Be okay with failing. Be okay with messing up, looking funny in front of people. Because a lot of times, if you think about it, if you're a funny person, you're making yourself look like a goofy anyway. Because I know I am. I'm a goofy. If you know me, once you get to know me, and once you come to our live shows, you're going to see I'm a goofball, man. Realistically. I'm not joking, right? Yeah. But I say all of this to say this. We have to be okay with stepping outside our comfort zone and taking the leap of faith. Just take the leap of faith. What do we have to lose, right? Let's say you have a business or a regular job, 9-to-5. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's people that make millions off of 9-to-5 or a regular full-time job. And let's say you want to start something, right? Use the income from your business or your job and start funding or saving money for the business. So once you get comfortable enough to start immediately, you have the funding to back you up. So then you can step away from the 9-to-5 and you put all your time into the business that you want to start, right? Another thing that just came to mind, right? Let's say you decide you want to step away from the job. Now, or let's say you have the job and you want to put money towards the business, the side hustle. Now, Think about it like this. All the resources you know from your business can help you get his lunch. Let's say you sell cupcakes, right? And you're at a regular 9 to 5. Let's say you work at Journeys. That's where I used to work. Let's say you work at Journeys, right? But on the side, you got a cupcake business. We say one day you ask your manager, hey, can I bring in some cupcakes just for some samples for the employees first? And then let's say they like it. Boom. Now you got some customers. You already started. You already got customers. That could be funding for you to start on a broader scale. Now let's say, hey, let's do a customer appreciation day. Now you bring your cupcakes in for every sale, the pair of shoes that you sell. Boom, guess what? You just gave them a cupcake for free. Now, guess what's attached to that cupcake? Your business card, your Instagram, your phone number. I do catering. I do events. I do custom cakes or whatever the case is. There's so many opportunities for us to just be on our own and free that if we think about anything else other than our passion, we're going to get discouraged. That's bottom line. That's period. So basically, again, some of the guests, the caliber of guests that I'm going to have on board is going to be second to none, especially in the Orlando area. I'll pride myself in connecting. I'm always at the wine room on Winter Park Ave. You might see me just working on my computer or something. If you do, say hello. If you don't, you're a hater. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But I love being in those environments because I'm not necessarily uncomfortable, but it's not the normal scene for me, right? So I'll go there at 10 o'clock. I actually might go today. It's a Wednesday. So I might go out there today just to talk to some people, introduce them to the Luminary Panel. Like, hey, you look like a person that would want to come to a show, or I might have you, if it's a business owner, I'm like, hey, I would love to have you on a panel. I would love to get some insight from you, or the whole nine. So you guys know it. Another thing is please be interactive, because this is for you guys again. I think I mentioned it earlier, but this is for you guys. I really take pride in serving people, helping people, because I love people, right? And I don't want people to miss out because they feel like they don't have the right resources or information to get started. But I want this particular podcast or this panel to be able to do so and fill the void of those missing things for people. So some of the things that we're going to be doing is question and answers. But I don't want anything to be robotic. If one question lasts us the whole podcast, that's what we're going to be stuck on. Because if we're engaging and we're impactful and we learn one thing out of everything that we say, then we did our job as the Luminary Panel team, right? If you do want to be a part of the support system, I have a Kickstart that is actually running now. The goal is $5,000, just so I can get everything properly put in place. I'm big on quality. I don't care about quantity. I'm big on quality. And sometimes people tell me, hey, your dreams are a little bit too big for what you're trying to do. So I'm like, I don't care. I know what I have in mind. I know what I want to accomplish. I know what I want to hold myself to, because my name is on the line, and I want my name to be valid. So yeah, this is something to think about. And yeah, I'll put that in the bio. I'll put the links of everything, the social medias, the whole nine. So you guys are fully a part of the Luminary team. And again, I'm super excited for you guys to be a part of this, because this can be game changing for not only the greater Orlando area, but the entire country, and not only the country, but the world. Right? Thinking on a grander scale. So again, my name is Chauncey Jennings, the host and founder of the Luminary Panel. I'm super excited that you guys are a part of this journey. Once again, please share, comment, like, subscribe, and let's blow this thing up one step at a time. Peace.